Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the second part of the tutorial series where I am showing you how we can build the movie app UI using Flutter. So as you can see over here, in the first part of this tutorial, I have shown you how we can create this dashboard screen. So as you can see, there are several sections. So we have top rated movies, we have best of 2019 and recommended. So this is the layout which I have built previously. So if you haven't checked that tutorial yet, I would recommend you first go ahead and see that tutorial, then come here and see this tutorial. And in this tutorial, I will build this detail screen. So as you can see over here, after clicking any one of these movies, we will see the details of that movie. So we can see the poster of that movie and movie title and some other information related to that movie, like the duration of the movie, release year and the rating. And we have also some description of the movie, and bottom of the screen we have the watch trailer and buy now button, and these two buttons are fixed in the bottom of the screen, right? So we will build that in this tutorial, and also with that we will implement how we can pass arguments with navigation, and I will also implement hero animation for the transition. So if you are interested in this kind of tutorial, then hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more tutorials like this, and don't forget to hit the bell icon for future notifications of my videos. So without wasting any more time, let's get started with the tutorial. So this is our dashboard screen, and right now we need to create another screen called movie details screen dot file. So I am creating this within this screens directory, and here we need to provide a stateless widget, and its name will be movie details screen, and we need to import material.package. And as it is a separate screen, so it will be a scaffold over here, and for the scaffold app bar I provide an app bar, and for the title I provide a text called movie details as of now, and for the body I provide a column, and for column right now I'm providing another text widget called movie details. Now I have saved it, and after saving it we need to import it over here. Currently I am just importing movie details screen in this home route, and later we will work on our user flow. And now provide a relative path over here, so I saved it. Now we can see our movie details screen. Now I can work on the UI of this screen. So first I am going to remove this text because I don't want that text. We need to have widgets according to our layout, and in our layout we can see that first we need to provide an image over here, and if we look closely then we can see that we have shadow for the image, right? So we need to wrap this image with the card widget. So first I am creating a card widget, and for the card child I am providing a container, and this container will hold the image. So for decoration I provide box decoration, and box decoration image will be decoration image, and for this image I provide a network image. So I need to provide an URL over here, and I just copy paste it from our movie model. So over here we have an URL, so I just copy it and paste it over here. So this is our network image, and I need to provide an border radius, so border radius circular 5. Also I need to provide an height and width of it, so I provide height 450 and width 300 for it. So save it. So now we can see our image is showing over here, and after that I need to provide fit box fit cover. So now we can see the border radius clearly because it has taken every available space for this container. And we have the card, so for the card I can provide elevation 5. Now we can see the shadow effect over here, and now I can wrap it with center widget. So after saving we can see the image is positioned in the center of the screen. And now let's see what else we need to do. we need to provide the title, and later that we can provide other information in card layout as well. We can see it is a card layout, and within this card layout we have the icon and the text. So let's build that. After this center, I will provide a sized box and height of it will be 20, and after that I provide a text, and for the text currently I'm providing a normal text Spider-Man, and for its style I provide text style, font size 28, font weight bold, and letter spacing 1.2. Okay, now save it. Now let's provide it a little bit more spacing, 2.5. So it's looking good right now. After this text I provide another sized box and height of it 20 as well, and then we need to provide a row widget, right? Because as we can see over here we have three elements here, and these three elements in a row. So for these children we will provide that card, and for the child of it I provide column, because within this row there will be column, because we have first the icon and later we have the text. So for the column first we provide icon, icons, timer. So now we can see the icon over here, and for the size of it I provide 45 size, and for the color of it I provide primary color. So now we can see it's in our primary color, and we have the card effect as well. So for the card I provide elevation 5 to make it a little bit more clear. So now we can see it clearly. Now after this icon we need to provide the text as well, but before that I want to provide another sized box to give some space between this text and icon, and after this we need to provide the text. So for the text I need to provide a duration, the 117 min. I provided this text, and for the style of it I will provide font size 14. Now let's save it, and I will provide font weight as well. So font weight bold, and we need to provide padding because our card is showing prominently but there is no padding into this card, right? So we need to provide an padding. So for that I can wrap this column with some padding, and for this padding I provide symmetric, vertical 10, horizontal 20. So now it's looking much more prominent, right? Now after that we can copy this card two more times. Now after saving it we can see we have three card layout, and we need to adjust its main axis alignment, and the main axis alignment of it will be space between. So now we can see that we have our desired layout, but as we can see over here that we have some space left from the edges as well, right? But we don't have that over here. So for that we need to wrap our complete element with some padding. Now I'm just not only giving some padding, we need to have this screen scrollable as well. So for that I'm wrapping it with another widget, which is single child scroll view widget, and over here I'm providing a padding, and this padding is also the symmetric. I will provide vertical 10 and horizontal 20. So now save it. After saving it we can see that we have some space left from the edges. So now provide respective icon for these cards. So first we have the duration, then the calendar icon, and then the star icon. So it is calendar today, and after that it will be 2018 or any year. And after that, over here we need to provide star border. Save it. It will be any point, so 8.4 by 10. So we have the layout as per our design. And after this row I will provide another sized box and provide an height of 20 as well. And after this we will have a text widget for some short description, right? So we need to provide some short description over here, so I'm just copy pasting a description from here, and later it all will be dynamic. It will all fetch the details from this movie model, right? As I have shown you previously on my previous screen as well, we are displaying the data and fetching it from this movie model, so we will do that later. Save it. Now we can see our text is over here, but we need to provide some styling. So for this style, text style, font size 18, font weight, make it bold, and give it a height say 1.5. Save it. So let's not make it bold, it's looking good. And also we need to provide text align, the text align center. So that's how our design is looking right now. And after that, now the most important section of this screen is these two buttons, right? And these two buttons will be fixed at the bottom of the screen. So over here it will be fixed and we can scroll through all these details. So to do that, we have another attribute called bottom navigation bar, and it will be after this single child scroll view, which is our main body element. After this main body widget, we will have our bottom navigation bar, and for this bottom navigation bar we can provide any kind of widget as we want. So over here, as we can see that we need to have a row widget because we have two buttons in a row. So first I'm giving it a row, and for the row children I will provide those buttons. So raised button child, currently I provide a text, and the text will be watch trailer, and for on pressed I'm providing a null function. So we can see over here that we have our watch trailer button, but it's not looking like our button which is present over here. So we need to reconstruct this button to match our layout. So for that, first we need to provide color of it, and the color of it will be our theme color. So it's our theme color, and for the text color I provide colors.white. So it's looking good. And then don't provide child text like this, we will have multiple childs over here. So child, and we need to wrap it within a row, because within this button we have first an icon, after that we have our text. So for the children of this row I provide first an icon, and for this icon I will provide a play circle outline, and after that I will provide the text, and now this text will be watch trailer, and I need to provide some style as well. So I provide text style, font size 18. Save it. So it's looking kind of like our button, but we can see there are some problem over here. Like we can see it's not exactly in the bottom of the screen, we have some space left, right? So we need to fix that, and also we need to provide some padding within this button, right? So let's do those things. So first we need to wrap it with a widget, and that widget will be expanded, and we need to provide padding over here. So I provide padding edge inset only, top 20 and bottom 20. Now we can see that it is not leaving any space at the bottom of this button. And now what else we can do? We can see that we have this text and the icon kind of in the center of this button, right? So we can make this row main axis alignment as main axis alignment space between. So saved it. Now we can see it's not looking like anything which we wanted, right? But we haven't provided the second button as well, so we need to provide the second button first to have the proper idea of the layout. So I copy this expanded and paste it over here. Let's change the text by now, and we have an yellow color over here and another icon checkbox. So icon will be check circle outline, and for the color I will provide colors yellow accent color. So save it, and for the text I will provide black. So now we can see that we have two buttons, but elements within the button is not looking perfect, so we need to work on that. And to fix these elements we need to make some changes. So over here I have made it space between, so I need to change it to space evenly. So now we can see that it's looking exactly like our layout. And also here I have provided another type of alignment, okay, which is the icon is sitting beside that text and there is a slight space, and here we can see a larger space than this, right? So by providing space evenly we can have this kind of layout, and by providing main axis alignment center we can have this layout. But we are seeing that the icon and the text is sitting next to each other without having any space in between those, right? So we need to provide some space in between them, so we can have a container, and for the container I can provide a height and width of 5. So now we can see that we have the buy now button and the watch trailer button as we are seeing over here, right? And we can scroll through the content, and our buttons is fixed at the bottom of the screen, right? So that's how we have created our layout. And after this we need to make some other changes, but first let me connect it with our main screen, which is our dashboard screen. So now let's revert back to our dashboard screen over here for the home screen, and for the routes we need to provide this movie detail screen. And as I always do, I create a route name. So static const route name movie details, and within this main.dart we will provide movie details dot route name movie details screen. So now save it. Now we can see that we are currently into the dashboard screen. Now we need to make all these elements clickable. Right now they are not clickable, so to make these clickable we need to go to the widget of those items, and all those items are in this widget directory. So we have horizontal list item, top rated, vertical list. So let's work on every items over here. We have our column which is holding our layout, so we can wrap this column with a new widget which is called gesture detector. And for this gesture detector, on tap we will go to movie detail screen route name. Now save it. Now after saving it, now we can click on to our item and we can go to our detail screen, right? But currently it is all static, so every time we go to any details we can see same movie details, right? And now we need to do some other work for the app bar as well. Currently we can see that our app bar is having the same color as our body color, and we have the back button with our primary color, right? So we need to do those changes for the movie details screen over here as well. So we don't need the title, so I'm just commenting it out. And for the background color I will provide this color, and for the elevation I will provide 0, so there is no shadow for the app bar. And for the body of the scaffold also I provide background color as the same color of this, so I copy paste it over here. So now it's looking all is in the body area. And now for the icon color I will provide color as primary color. So now we can see that our app bar is also having the similar kind of layout. So now we need to make it dynamic, so we need to pass some arguments through our navigator into our movie detail screen. So over here we have this route name, and after the route name we can pass some arguments. And for the arguments I will pass those data which is available for a movie. So it will be ID, title, image URL, description and so on, right? So first we need to provide ID, and the ID will be our movie list index ID, right? So movie list index ID. So I copy paste these details from this movie model, and after that paste it over here. So I have made the changes, and I am providing all these arguments through our navigator. And now we need to accept all these arguments into our movie details screen. So within our movie details widget build we will have route args, and it will be model route of context settings arguments as map, and as all these data in the string format, so it will be string. And now we can get those data from this route args, so which is we have provided here. So we can get those data from navigator arguments like this. So now if we want we can fetch those data over here like this, or else we can just pass the details wherever it is required. So it is route args image URL, save it. Now if I visit this, then we can see that the image has been changed. So now let's quickly change other things as well. And now over here we will use string interpolation. For that I will use dollar, and here I will use this. So save it. Now let's check. Okay, so we are having some issue, so let's store it in a variable, then I will pass it over here. For this I will create this rating, and it will be like this, so rating. And now over here I can pass that variable. So now it's looking perfect. It will be description. So we have provided every details over here. So now let's check it few more times. So all of it is looking perfect. So right now we have applied it on this horizontal item, but we haven't done it for these items and this top rated movie items as well, right? So we need to repeat the same steps for these widgets as well. So I just quickly do this for all this. And for the vertical list we need to provide the gesture detector for the card, right? And the top rated is similar to the horizontal list item, so we can just simply copy paste it over here. So for the on tap it will be similar, and wrap it with a new widget, and it will be gesture detector. and copy paste all the details over here, and we need to import this movie detail screen, and let's provide it a relative path. And we don't have the movie list over here, we have this top rated movie list. So I just replace this movie list with our top rated movie list. Save it. And then for the vertical list, for this card we will wrap it with a new widget, and the widget is gesture detector, and we have the similar on tap as well. So over here I have provided that, and for the movie details I import it, and you know the game. I will provide a relative path over here, and now we need to again replace it with our best movie list. So I have done that and saved it. Now let's see. So for these items as well, we can see it's looking perfect or not perfect. We need to align this title in the center. So let's go to the title area. Okay, and for the text align, I will provide text align center. So now it's looking good. And now one other thing is left, which I have shown you previously and told you before in this tutorial, that we will provide hero animation for the transition of these images, right? So we need to provide hero animation as well. So now let's work on that. So first we need to wrap our image container with the hero widget. So wrap it with new widget, and the new widget will be hero. And for the hero we need to provide a tag, a unique tag for every item. So we can provide ID over here. So that's why we have the ID. So we can provide this movie list ID, and we need to wrap the next screen image with the hero widget as well. We have this container, and this container is holding the image. So wrap this container with the hero widget, and the tag for it will be the ID of that element. So we can get the ID from here. So we have the ID, so I can pass it over here. Now save it. So for horizontal list item we have provided that. Now we can see the transition for the horizontal item, but for the other item we cannot see that hero animation. So now let's just make for other items as well. So wrap this container, this image container, with hero, and provide the tag ID. Save it. And similarly for this vertical list item, this container is holding the image. Now wrap it with new widget. Save it. Now if I check, then we can see that we have the hero transition effect for all the elements, right? So now stop it for this, and now let's check it for Android as well. So my Pixel 2 XL emulator, and I'm launching it. So our app has been launched into Android emulator as well. So over here we can see that it's working as expected. Right. So that's the tutorial, guys. I hope you have learned something new from this tutorial, and if you do so, then hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for notifications of my future videos. And I will upload all this code to my GitHub, and the link will be in the description below. So definitely check that, and if you found this helpful, then give a star in my GitHub repository, and I will see you guys later in my next tutorial. So in the meantime, have a great day. Goodbye.